At this time, we ask that everyone please stand if you are able to welcome the platform party. Today's ceremonial pomp and circumstance was performed and recorded by students in the Minds Music Program. The processional is led by Dr. Christopher Higgins, Faculty Senate Distinguished Lecturer, and Dr. Brandon Dugan, Faculty Senate President. Dr. Higgins is carrying the University Mace, a symbol of knowledge and authority dating back to the 13th century, and is topped by Blaster, our beloved school mascot. Dr. Dugan is carrying a replica of the 16th century book, the De Re Metallica, widely considered to be the foundational book on mining and metallurgy. This book represents the body of knowledge shared by the Mines faculty and students, and its opening and closing on stage will indicate the beginning and ending of today's ceremony. The platform party members include Chairman of the Board of Trustees and Alumnus, Mr. Jesus Salazar, Trustee, Mrs. Lucinda Sanders, Trustee and Alumnus, Mr. Michael Coors, Faculty Trustee, Dr. Dinesh Mehta, Student Trustee, Mr. Kenny Hora, President and Professor, Dr. Paul C. Johnson, Provost and Professor, Dr. Rick Holtz, and Academic Department Heads, Deans, and Vice Presidents. Continuing the processional are interdisciplinary graduate program directors and our doctoral and master's degree candidates who are making their way down the bleachers. Today we will confer 75 doctoral degrees and 265 master's degrees. The flags that you see on stage represent the home nations of our graduates and include Argentina, Bangladesh, Belgium, Bolivia, Brazil, Canada, Chile, China, Colombia, Comoros, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Egypt, France, Germany, Ghana, Iceland, India, Indonesia, Iran, Iraq, Jordan, Kazakhstan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Mali, Mexico, Nepal, Nigeria, Pakistan, Peru, Rwanda, Saudi Arabia, the sovereign nation of the Kanaitsi, Sweden, Taiwan, Turkey, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, Zimbabwe, and the United States of America. Please remain standing until all our graduating students have entered the arena. Please remain standing for the singing of the National Anthem, performed by students in the Colorado School of Mines music program under the direction of Professor Kirsten Carpenter.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The singers will now perform the Mines Alma Mater to the tune of Ora Lee. The Alma Mater opens the Convocation and begins Commencement, marking the transition from Mines students to Mines alumni. You can find the Alma Mater lyrics on the inside cover of your program.
Raise your voices, engineers, your devotion sing. To the greatest school of mines, let the chorus ring. Hail to thee, CSM, to our hearts most dear. Every miner lauds thy name, and every engineer. Honor, glory to thy name, these we pledge anew. While we live to sing thy fame, Alma Mater true. Hail to thee, School of Mines, silver and the blue. Every miner sings thy praise, O Alma Mater true.
You may now be seated. At this time, we ask that you please welcome the 17th president of the Colorado School of Mines, the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Paul C. Johnson.
All right, thank you. And how about another round of applause for our amazing a cappella singers? Aren't they great? All right, good afternoon, and on behalf of Colorado School of Mines, welcome to all of you who have joined us, both here in Lockers Arena and remotely. 340 graduate degrees will be conferred today, and we're looking forward to congratulating the recipients of those degrees when they cross the stage later in the program. I'm sure that our graduates' paths to this ceremony weren't easy. After all, our admission standards are high, Mines degree programs are challenging, and there were other hurdles. Some of our graduates came to Mines from other countries, some earned degrees while employed full-time, some had families to support, and some were here during the pandemic. So they all had to learn new ways to learn, and they had to find new ways to conduct and present progress on their research. With that in mind, we'd like to start this commencement with a moment of reflection offered up by soon-to-be graduate, Devin O'Rourke. Devin, why don't you join us up here? Ready for this?
Oh, you know.
Okay. All right. Devin is a native of Lakewood, Colorado, and he's crossed this stage before. Probably outside, maybe. It wasn't here. Oh, that back then. Okay. Back then, he graduated with a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Mines in 2009. And today, he celebrates the completion of a master's degree in one of our newest programs, Space Resources. Between his 2 degrees, Devin worked for the Department of Energy, obtained his professional engineer's license in several states, and contributed to research and commercial design for solar and wind power. Devin currently lives in Morrison with his wife, 2-year-old daughter, and mother-in-law, all of whom have seen firsthand his lifelong passion for all things space-related. Please join me in welcoming Devin to the podium.
Thank you. Whew, a lot of you. Okay. Members of the faculty and administration, fellow students, family, and friends, it's my honor and privilege to offer an invocation for our commencement. Amid all the excitement today, I encourage each graduate to express gratitude to everyone who has supported their journey. Because if you're like me, it was surely not an individual effort. Today, we give thanks for this fine institution, the Colorado School of Mines, and we hope that it may be a lively center for sound learning, new discovery, and the pursuit of wisdom. We hope that those who teach and those who learn may find joy in all their endeavors. As we celebrate the completion of our studies today, we hope to build on the knowledge we've gained and the experiences we've had to effect positive change in the world that has seen much change and uncertainty recently. Whether we go on to complete further studies, to the workforce, or if the wider world beckons, may we all live fulfilled lives that support others and contribute to society. We thank our dear friends and family who shared in and supported our educational journey and for always believing in us. We are thankful for the freedoms we enjoy to pursue learning, life, and love. May we hope that we can constantly raise our eyes from the mundane and the predictable to catch a glimpse of the glorious possibilities of adventure and discovery. May we all proceed into the world with humble, thankful hearts and a reverence for those that changed the world before us that have allowed us to be here today. As we prepare to celebrate our academic achievements, we are aware that not all the friends and family who shared in and supported our journeys to this point are with us today. I would like to honor those who are not able to be with us today. And for me, that's my mother, who passed away this spring. Please join me in observing a moment of silent reflection in their honor. Thank you. And congratulations to all of us for the achievements we're celebrating today.
Devin, do you have a cheering squad here today?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Where's your cheering squad? Are they over here?
Wife,
Stand up for us.
My 2-year-old daughter is
She's
over
here?
there. Yeah, she's here.
All right.
She's out there somewhere. There she is, pink jacket.
All right. My guess is she might really like to have one of these.
Love that.
All right, here you go.
Okay. I'm going to throw it to her. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you.
All right. Well, we look forward to congratulating Devin when he crosses the stage again later in the ceremony. That will be a special moment, as will the moment each of our graduates crosses the stage. To provide some context on how significant Devin's and our other graduates' accomplishments are, I should point out that the doctoral and master's degrees that we confer today are the most advanced degrees attainable in the sciences and engineering. Furthermore, this is an elite group of graduates, in part because fewer than 1% of all adults complete a master's or doctoral degree program in engineering or the hard sciences, and in part because the degrees are from a very unique and selective university. Since our founding in 1874 and for the past 150 years, Colorado School of Mines has focused on producing the top scientists and engineers, industry leaders and entrepreneurs, and the knowledge and innovations that industry and society need for prosperity. As the needs of industry and society have changed, so has our portfolio of graduate degree programs and the research that we conduct. You can see that reflected in today's commencement program. It lists what our graduates have studied and researched, covering topics relevant to energy systems, the most efficient and sustainable use of our plant's resources, society's infrastructure of the future, advanced manufacturing materials, economic analyses, artificial intelligence and security, health, and even space exploration. So, I'm guessing you're about right here, but where are our master's degree recipients, and would you please stand up for us? Yeah, let's hear it for our masters. Yeah. You all look pretty good there. All right. You had a wide range of in-person and online master's degrees to choose from. There were options to combine coursework and research or just to focus on coursework. Many of you pursued a 4+1 combined bachelor's and master's program, which provides a quicker and lower cost path to earn both bachelor's and master's degrees at Mines. Some of you chose to increase your depth of knowledge in your undergraduate major area, while others chose to learn a second engineering discipline or complementary business management or data analytics or computing skills. Congratulations to all of you on the completion of your master's programs, and we look forward to shaking your hands when you cross the stage in a little while. Congrats, and you can sit down now. Okay, the other group, which I think is over here, are our doctoral candidates. Would you all please stand? Yeah. Kind of like cowboy hats, no cowboy hats. Cowboy hats, but there's a couple. I see a couple back there. Anyway, you came to Mines to work with our world-class faculty and explore new frontiers in science and engineering. Through your doctoral dissertation research, you have each become the world's newest leading expert in your field. What you've done at Mines and will do in the future will drive change in the world, including how we provide affordable energy to all, how we ensure our water is safe to drink, how we treat our most common health challenges like diabetes, how we build and operate the infrastructure we all depend on, how we ensure our personal and national security, and how we monitor, utilize, manage, and be better stewards of the Earth's and our planet's resources. Congratulations to you too. We look forward to seeing you when you come up here to get hooded by your advisor. So congrats, and you can be seated as well. And now that I just told you to sit down, all of you have to stand up together. All right. Now, whether you were or are a master's or doctoral degree recipient, you likely benefited from the support and encouragement of others. And as Devin suggested earlier in his invocation, we should take a moment to thank all who supported our graduates on their journeys to this place and time. And we're going to have you all rotate and turn around, but not just yet. We're going to see if, because you have advanced degrees, if you can do this a little more coordinated than this morning's group did it. So I'll count to 3, and then we're gonna go 180 degrees counterclockwise. Let that process for a second. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I think that was like about 99.9%. I did see one going the wrong way, but we did pretty good. You did better than this morning, so you should be proud of that part. So, first of all, we're going to thank some folks out there in the audience, which is why you're facing them, but all the parents in the audience, why don't you stand up for us? Yeah? You probably discovered, as I did with one of my kids, that being a graduate student parent has its own unique challenges. The toughest might be that relatives and neighbors expect you to be able to explain what your student is studying or researching. Does that sound familiar to any of you? Yep. I don't know how many of you can do that, but it is difficult for most of us. We rely on our students to explain it to us simply, but their ability to do that so often seems to decrease with their time in graduate school. And so we end up saying to friends and relatives things like, he studies rocks, she works with water, or they do something with computers, or it's very complicated and I gave up long ago trying to understand it. In any case, the important thing was not your understanding of their studies or their research, but the encouragement and support you offered your students. Thank you for that, and thank you for being here. And graduates, let's make a lot of noise. You can use those bells, but let's thank your parents. Yeah. All right, now, let's see. Would the spouses, significant others, and friends and family stand? Yeah, that's a big group. So specifically for the spouses and significant others, I'm just guessing, but at some point you may have had to remind your loved one that perpetual student was not an acceptable career path. Now, while lifelong learning is important in today's world, it works best when combined with lifelong earning. And so we thank you for all that you did. So let's thank all the spouses and significant others first. Yep. Okay, and then everybody else who's standing, all the friends, siblings, and other relatives and co-workers, why don't you raise your hands so we can see where all of you are. There you are. Okay, good. Awesome. You're the group we affectionately refer to as the distractions. And some of you are very, very good at that. Yeah. You are the ones enticing our graduates to sneak away and hit the trails, head to the ski slopes, play online video games, or sometimes meet up at the local brewery. Even though you might have prolonged their graduate studies, you did help our graduates find balance and joy, and we all know how critical that is to success at school and in life. And so, graduates, why don't we thank everybody who's standing right now as loud as you can too. Yep. Okay, graduates, we're gonna count down from 3. You're gonna do another 180. Let's see. Oh, where is Alan? Was that Alan? Alex, where are you? Over, okay, there we go, okay. We got that one figured out already. Okay, we're gonna do clockwise on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know, that was about like 60-40? They're deteriorating in front of us, I don't know. Maybe it's a quantum thing or something. But anyway, let's see. We need you to recognize your faculty, and some of them are actually with you out here, and some of them are up here on the stage. So everybody who's a member of the faculty or staff here at Mines or anything else, would you all please stand up for a second? And you know, this is a group that does so much for our students. They educate, they inspire, they support, they coach, they mentor, they write grants and raise financial support for our students, and they are the reason Mines is consistently ranked in the top 5% of all public universities, and why we are one of the few universities in the nation that holds the prestigious R1 Carnegie classification for research. I like to brag that the Wall Street Journal named our faculty the best across all U.S. public universities for their balanced dedication to both classroom instruction and scholarly research. So graduates, let's give all of your faculty and everybody up here who's helped you behind the scenes or in front of you all along the way. Okay, faculty, you may be seated. And the last group I'd like to have stand up are our board of trustees who are here with us today. They're kind of the front row over here. All right, let me tell you a little bit about this group. This group includes board of trustees who have been appointed by the Colorado governor. That includes Chairman Jesus Salazar, Dr. Lucy Sanders, and Michael Kors. And then we also have elected faculty trustee Dinesh Mehta and student trustee Kenny Orr with us today as well. Our governor-appointed trustees are scientists, engineers, CEOs, business leaders, and entrepreneurs. They're all extremely generous with their time, and they're dedicated to ensuring that Mines remains one of the premier universities in the world. Now, later in the ceremony, if they are so inclined, they seem to be in a good mood, and they had to look like brownies and stuff beforehand, so I think they'll do okay. They have to approve your degrees, so let's enthusiastically thank them for being here and for all that they've done to support you as well. All right, thank you, trustees. And graduates, hang up. You'll get to sit in just a minute. But in wrapping up, I would like to say to all of you who are graduating that those trustees, along with our amazing Mines faculty, staff, leadership, and alumni, all recognize your significant accomplishment and are proud to call you graduates of Colorado School Mines. My request to you is that you share and always carry that pride with you wherever you go in life and your career. And as you make your mark on the world, I hope that you find some way to help others pursue their educational dreams. You are all hell of engineers, hell of a scientists. A few of you are hell of economists. It's really tough after you go hell of an engineer, hell of a scientist, not to get to like something that's ist at the end, but that way. But in any case, you're all those three things, and you're ore diggers for life, and congratulations to all of you. You may be seated. And now, for the first time ever in one of these programs, please welcome Dr. Carl Frick, our Dean of Graduate Studies. Good luck.
Thank you, President Johnson. I would like to now invite to the stage PhD student Miriam Alma to join me to give the student address. Miriam is originally from Iraq and holds a bachelor's degree in civil engineering from the University of Baghdad. Her research at Mines focused on improving the sustainability of structural materials through biology, leading to a PhD in civil and environmental engineering. Along the way, Miriam held roles in the International Student Council, the Graduate Student Government, and the Women Grad Students Group, winning awards at Mines and beyond for her contributions to leadership, diversity, and STEM. She participated in the National Academy of Engineering's Grand Challenges Initiative and was recognized by the international program Unite 2030 as one of the top 10% of young change makers taking action to address the United Nations global goals. And probably most importantly, at least from Miriam's perspective, she already started her job as a professional researcher at the National Renewable Energy Laboratory here in Golden. So please join me in welcoming her to the podium.
Salam. Since I was a little girl, I dreamed of being a part of an international group that traveled the world and helped people in need. After getting my undergrad degree, I did an internship with the United Nations. I carried out a research focused on the economic empowerment of women. This powerful experience motivated me to always try to help when I can. I came to Mines so determined to employ my civil engineering degree to make a positive change and solve pressing global challenges. I wanted to focus on the intersection of engineering, science, professional development, and community service. I didn't expect that the secret ingredient that allowed me to achieve all these goals would be a tiny bacteria. And that was for two reasons. First, I had always considered myself as a math physics person. Maybe some of you can relate to this. Second, before graduate school, the only things that came to my mind when I heard the word bacteria were cold, science infection, and nasty illnesses. Maybe some of you also can relate. But at Mines, I learned that some kind of bacteria have the superpower to act as a bioengineer by producing a type of substance that can be used in construction. Unfortunately, ordinary cement is a major contributor to climate change. but the alternative that made by these bacteria is less harmful to environment. I wanted to learn more and develop new applications. I still remember the first time I saw the clusters bacteria that I have grown by myself on Petri dish. I was over the moon. I rushed to my advisor to show her that achievement. Then I called my mom, and by the end of the day, I celebrated with a good dinner. While this might have been a little bit of overreaction, because culturing bacteria is a pretty basic step in microbiology research, my advisor enthusiasm made me feel like I was Superwoman with red cape holding the Petri dish. The support and encouragement that I received from Professor Monica Amar helped me to navigate my way through very interdisciplinary research that draw knowledge from civil engineering, biology, geoscience, and geophysics. She also supported my involvement in programs that promote gender equity. Eventually, all of this led to invitation to Camp 2030, a program that develops entrepreneurial solutions to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. Through an honor enrichment award from Mines, I was able to interact and learn from inspiring leaders from all around the world. Exposure to their diverse perspectives, custom, and way of life allow me to gain deeper understanding of global issues and trends, promoting empathy and more informed worldview. The tiny bacteria in our lab had sparked the international connection I dreamed about and glued the beautiful cultures together. Thanks to these incredible opportunities and mentors, I took my own turn mentoring a fellow student at Mines, as many graduates here have done. Whether we are teaching assistants, research assistant guiding undergrad in our labs, student leaders, role models for school-age kids, or perhaps simply peers in the same classes or program, we have a lot of impact. Fellow graduate student and faculty, I would like to recognize and celebrate the mentorship role that all of you have heard, whether you have been aware of it or not. Through your action, your words, and your encouragement at key moments, you can pass the red superhero cape to others, and all these connections can truly make a difference across the world. I will end with a poem in Arabic, phrase in English, and it's one of the 40 rules of love. A true mentor will not direct your attention to themselves and will not expect absolute obedience or utter admiration from you, but instead will help you to appreciate and admire your inner self. Thank you. Congratulations, class 2024.
How do you feel? Hang on for a second. So Miriam, do you have a cheering squad here?
Yes, my family is sitting somewhere here and the instructions.
Stand up for us, please. All right. I think you've earned one of these.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you very much for being our student speaker today.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Great job. All right, now I would like to introduce and invite up to the podium Dr. Walt Copan. He's our Vice President for Research and Technology Transfer. Walt's going to speak to us about the important role that our graduate students play in our research enterprise, and he's going to announce the winner of the Rath Research Award.
Thank you. Thank you so much, President Johnson. The essential role that Mines graduate students play in research is celebrated by the Rath Research Award, which recognizes the PhD dissertation that is judged to have the greatest potential to make a positive impact on society. This goal, to make a difference for people and planet, has been at the core of Mines research for 150 years. The Bhakta and Sushama Rath Research Award for Excellence in Doctoral Research was established by Dr. Bhakta Rath, a senior official at the U.S. Naval Academy, the Naval Research Laboratory, a member of the National Academy of Engineering, a decorated researcher, and a distinguished friend of Colorado School of Mines. I'd like to recognize and commend all the outstanding finalists for the Rath Research Award because they truly exemplify the breadth, quality, and relevance of the Mines research portfolio. The research spanned topics from nanocapsule drug delivery systems for type 1 diabetes, to investigating processes in the Antarctic ice ocean, to designing new adsorbents for removing the PFAS forever chemicals from contaminated water and soil, to optimizing ventilation in mine design and planning. Our nominees are listed in the commencement program, and I can confirm that the award selection from such strong candidates was extraordinarily difficult. Let's give all our nominees a round of applause. Congratulations to each of you for your outstanding research and scholarship. And now the winner of this year's Rath Research Award is soon to be Dr. William S. Daniels. Congratulations, Will. His dissertation is titled Characterizing Methane Emissions on Oil and Gas Sites. Will was advised by Dr. Dorrit Hammerling of the Mines Department of Applied Mathematics and Statistics. Will is truly a rising research star in the modeling and analysis of methane emissions, including those on oil and gas sites. Methane emissions represent the second highest contributions to greenhouse gas emissions globally, and methane decays naturally in the atmosphere faster than greenhouse gases, so reducing these emissions from oil and gas operations is the most promising near-term avenue from removing greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. This also has the benefit of improving safety by identifying and stopping methane leaks, and improving corporate performance by avoiding product losses and improving regulatory compliance. Recent technological advances have resulted in affordable compact sensors to detect methane. However, to be able to use these sensors effectively and to be able to accurately determine methane emission rates, new statistical methods were needed. Will's doctoral research resulted in the development of these methods and algorithms to provide methane concentration measurements that could be used to identify the locations and emission leak rates. Because of the urgent nature of this problem, these methods and algorithms have been provided as open source tools to the global community of practice. Will, come on up. Will's research has further resulted in 4 published first author papers and 2 more first author papers in preparation, as 3 more published and submitted papers as a co-author. More importantly, Will's algorithms are already being widely adopted among sensor technology providers and should serve as the benchmark for further development in the years to come. He has told us that with respect to his future plans, he has secured a postdoctoral position at Johns Hopkins University, where he will further contribute to methane emissions monitoring and mitigation based on satellite data. Congratulations, Will. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Walt, for doing that, and well, congratulations again. Let's see, we're almost to the point where we're gonna have students start to cross the stage. But before we do that, I'd like to invite up Mines Alumna and Mines Alumni Board President, Melanie Westergaard, to extend a greeting from the Mines alumni community. Please welcome Melanie to the podium.
I know. Thank you, President Johnson. Greetings, graduates. I am here today to extend a greeting from the Mines alumni community. Today, as you leave Mines, you will be the beneficiaries of a world-class education, one that has prepared you well for what comes next. You will have graduated from one of the foremost science and engineering universities in the world. And we, the alumni, hope you take great pride and great joy in this accomplishment. Yesterday, you were members of a highly select group, students of the Colorado School of Mines. Today, you become members of a very loyal and proud group, alumni of the Colorado School of Mines. Wherever you go in your lives and careers, you will find other Mines alumni around the globe, and we hope that you connect with them through local alumni groups. We encourage you to find meaningful ways to stay connected to Mines and to share your knowledge and experiences with the next generations of ore diggers. We also hope to see you back on campus at homecoming and at other alumni events. Once again, congratulations on your great accomplishment today, and welcome to the Colorado School of Mines alumni community. Go ore diggers.
Thank you, Melanie. Amazing job, as always. Do we have any alums in the audience who are here as guests today? Would you stand up so we can welcome you back? Yep, all right, welcome back to Mines. I like how Melanie sort of rocks that hat with her little tip at the end and everything like that. I've kind of noticed that putting those hats on, since for the audience, this is the first year we've brought that tradition back. There's kind of a personality change that takes place when people put that on. I'm not sure what it is that makes that happen, but it's something a little different, and I can tell it already in this group as well. We may see it when they cross the stage, but there's a little bit of an attitude that things comes with it. You'll see it when they cross the stage in a little while. All right, now we are gonna have people cross the stage. And parents, are you ready to make some noise out there? Okay. You are allowed to stomp on the bleachers, that's okay. You wanna practice? All right, pretty good. Anybody bring in a noisemaker they shouldn't bring in that they're gonna use anyway? Yeah? All right, that's okay, you can use those too. We want you to be as loud as you can during all of this. So I think we're gonna do that. Let me go over the logistics of what we're gonna do now. We're gonna have a receiving line here on stage, so I'll greet people first. Trustees, if you would like to shake hands, please join me, and then Provost Holtz, Dean John Berger, Associate Dean Deb Carney, department heads, interdisciplinary graduate program directors can join us, as well as any faculty who just wanna hop up and shake some of their students' hands as they cross the stage. Feel free to do that. When the graduates get to the other side of the stage, they're gonna be greeted by some volunteers, some alums over there who are gonna say hi to them over there as well. And we got X's on the stage, so supposedly where we're supposed to be. So the first group, the way it's gonna work, the first group that's gonna cross the stage are our doctoral degree recipients. That's the group that's largely over here. And then we'll do our master's degree recipients after that. When the doctoral degree recipients walk on stage, they will be accompanied by their doctoral dissertation mentor or mentors. If you're friends or family and you've heard your students refer to somebody as their PI, it's not like private investigator or something, but that's they're referring to their mentor. And it's a big deal for the mentor of a doctoral degree recipient to hood the new doctor. And so they're gonna walk on stage together. They're gonna stand over there. You're gonna get to see this very top secret hooding ritual. This is where the mentor attempts to place a doctoral hood over their mentee. And this hood, it's a weird thing, but it's a sign of highest academic attainment. And it's a little tougher than it sounds because the hood doesn't look like anything that you'd expect something I'll call the hood to look like. So sort of, Miriam was talking about capes before a lot in her talk, and I kept thinking, what these things really look like is the cape that you would have on your bathrobe, if your bathrobe had a cape, right? It's kind of like that. So, but think of it as like a higher education, superhuman cape to just indicate that you've done something pretty amazing and reached the highest level of education here in the sciences and engineering. So the other reason it's a little bit tough is because sometimes there's a height difference between the mentor and mentee, and so some improvisation has to take place at that point. You'll see that. And then the other thing is Provost Holtz keeps track of who messes up. Because you really can't tell like which end is up or down or inside or out on these things. It's really kind of weird. But so he keeps track, and then I think the people who mess up have to buy drinks for everybody on the platform afterwards. But that's actually why we make him go first. So Provost Holtz, I believe you will be hooding one of your doctoral degree recipients. And so you're going to be first to make sure that you get it right. She's waving to you over there. Yeah, so why don't you go over there, because you're going to have to walk on together to do this right. And we'll see how this all works out. So good luck, Rick. We're all looking forward to you buying us drinks later.
Dr. Callie Caroline Grace Miller, presented by Dr. Richard C. Holtz. From Mining Engineering, Bill Zish, Department Head. Dr. Akash Choreja, presented by Dr. Gabriel G. Walton. Dr. Arturo Hirata Miyazaki, presented by Dr. Corby G. Anderson. From Civil and Environmental Engineering, Dr. Devon Griffiths, Department Head. Dr. Mariam Alamar, presented by Dr. Junko Munakaramar and Dr. Monica Prasad. Dr. Julian Bowman Brown, presented by Dr. Christopher P. Higgins. Dr. Kara Lee Fragomeni Clements, presented by Dr. Ahmadreza Hedayat and Dr. Lori E. Tunstall. Dr. Vincent Hammer, presented by Dr. Christopher L. Bologna and Dr. Johan Espinaste. Dr. Bahare Tajdini, presented by Dr. Christopher L. Bologna. Dr. Faranak Vahedian, presented by Dr. John E. McCrae and Dr. Jeffrey A. Silva. Dr. Dwandi Jonathan Wibisono, presented by Dr. Marte S. Gutierrez. From Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, Dr. Ivor Rymanis, Department Head. Dr. Kevin Michael Scott, presented by Dr. Sridhar Sitharaman and Dr. Patricio Mendez. From Geology and Geological Engineering, Dr. Alexis Navar-Sichler, Department Head. Dr. Garrett Douglas Gisler, presented by Dr. Tomas Monake and Dr. M. Stephen Enders. Dr. Mario Ansoni Guzman, presented by Dr. Tomas Monake. Dr. Isaac John Peter Simon, presented by Dr. Katarina I. Fa. From Chemical and Biological Engineering, Dr. Nanette Boyle, Department Head. Dr. Saeed Ahmadi Vasalabadi, presented by Dr. Colin A. Walden. Dr. Conrado Chiarello, presented by Dr. Amadou K. Sam. Dr. Jillian Elise Collins, presented by Dr. Nikki L. Farnsworth. Dr. Sitharaman Navanita Kanan, presented by Dr. Carolyn Coe and Dr. Luis E. Zerpa Acosta. Dr. Tsungwei Lu, presented by Dr. Diego A. Gomez Galdron. Dr. Zachary B. Sparks, presented by Dr. Anuj Chauhan. Dr. Jessie Elizabeth Troxler, presented by Dr. Joseph R. Samanek and Dr. Jonathan J. Stickle. Dr. Xingrui Zhu, presented by Dr. Ning Wu. From Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Anthony Petrella, Department Head. Dr. Amareza Lotfolapur, presented by Dr. Mohsen Asli Zaim and Dr. Christian Chobanu. Dr. Austin Frank Oltmans, presented by Dr. Andrew J. Petruska. Dr. Emily Rose Pittman, presented by Dr. Leslie E. Lamberson and Dr. Amy J. Clark. From Petroleum Engineering, Dr. Jennifer Miskimmons, Department Head. Dr. Meroyurt Makatova, presented by Dr. Erdal Ozkan. From Geophysics, Dr. Paul Sava, Department Head. Dr. Chuo Liu, presented by Dr. Yao Guo Li. Dr. Elena Louise Savage, presented by Dr. Matthew R. Siegfried. From Applied Mathematics and Statistics, Dr. Stephen Pankovich, Department Head. Dr. Maggie D. Bailey, presented by Dr. Sutir Bandyopadhyay and Dr. Douglas W. Nitschka. Dr. Matthew S. Hofkees, presented by Dr. Douglas W. Nitschka. Dr. Juliet Mukangango, presented by Dr. Sutir Bandyopadhyay and Dr. Abhijit Mandal. Dr. William Stewart Daniels, presented by Dr. Dorrit M. Hammerling. Dr. Alexander Robert Vidal, presented by Dr. Sammy M. Wu Feng and Dr. Luis F. Tenorio. From Chemistry, Dr. Thomas Jeanette, Department Head. Dr. Raven Ignacia Balderas, presented by Dr. Ryan M. Richards. Dr. Nolan Kovach, presented by Dr. Brian Truen. Dr. Caitlin Lesko, presented by Dr. Kim Williams and Dr. Lieve Lawrence. From Physics, Dr. Frederick Sarazin, Department Head. Dr. Casey William Jameson, presented by Dr. Jishuan Gong. Dr. Connor Ray Natsky, presented by Dr. Kyle G. Leach. From Computer Science, Dr. Iris Bahar, Department Head. Dr. Hun Seo, presented by Dr. Hua Huang. Dr. K. Yang Yu, presented by Dr. Dong Chen. From Economics and Business, Dr. Scott Hauser, Department Head. Dr. Alexander Charles Gebben, presented by Dr. Stephen M. Smith. From Advanced Energy Systems, Dr. Robert Braun, Program Director. Dr. Noah Sandoval, presented by Dr. Amy E. Landis and Dr. Chioke Harris. Dr. Amog Atul Tate, presented by Dr. Robert J. Braun. From Geochemistry, Dr. James Ranville, Program Director. Dr. Zhao Shun Yang, presented by Dr. Jonathan O. Sharp and Dr. James F. Ranville. From Materials Science, Dr. Eric Toberer, Program Director. Dr. Estelle Cronmiller, presented by Dr. Timothy J. Straffman. Dr. Jacob Gruber, presented by Dr. Jeff Brenica and Dr. Garrett Tucker. Dr. Charlie Meisel, presented by Dr. Neil P. Sullivan and Dr. Ryan P. O'Hare. Dr. Vanessa Linda Meshke, presented by Dr. Eric S. Toberer and Dr. Vladan Stefanovic. Dr. Andrew Novick, presented by Dr. Eric S. Toberer and Dr. Vladan Stefanovic. Dr. Moira Kathleen Miller, presented by Dr. Eric S. Toberer. Dr. Claire Elizabeth Porter, presented by Dr. Eric S. Toberer. Dr. Annika N. Newman, presented by Dr. Eric S. Toberer and Dr. Emily L. Warren. From Operations Research with Engineering, Dr. Alexandra Newman, Program Director. Dr. John Sidabo Ayaburi, presented by Dr. Alexandra M. Newman. From Robotics, Dr. Xiaoli Zhang, Program Director. Dr. Matthew Adam Shack, presented by Dr. Neil T. Dentham. From Space Resources, Dr. Angel Abud Madrid, Program Director. Dr. Peter Elliott Corwin, presented by Dr. Angel Abud Madrid. Dr. Timothy V. Broslav, presented by Dr. Christopher B. Dreyer. Dr. Daniel Kenneth McCurchie Johnson, presented by Dr. Christopher B. Dreyer. Dr. Ben C. Thrift, presented by Dr. Christopher B. Dreyer. From Quantitative Biosciences and Engineering, Dr. Nanette Boyle, Program Director. Dr. Tyler Zachary Sodia, presented by Dr. Kevin J. Cash.
All right, how about another big round of applause for all of our newest doctors and their faculty advisors. Provost Holtz has just informed me that he's suspending any hooding penalties today because it's Friday the 13th and Taylor Swift's birthday. It is. So, all right. Okay, next up, we're gonna have our master's degree recipients cross the stage. And, well, it's always up to the first person to do it right. So I'm looking over right now. So, master's students, you're gonna come to cross the stage. We don't have a hooding for the masters, but you'll sort of stop and shake my hand, and you gotta do this weird thing, which is you're gonna shake my hand, but look to your right at the camera, okay? So you'll be tempted to look at me because you just like wanna look at me, but look at the camera, because that's where the picture is, and my feelings won't be hurt if you're not actually looking at me while we're shaking hands, but I think you and your family would appreciate having a good photo, so, but it's always up to the first person to get it just right, because then everybody else follows them. So no pressure at all. So, audience still ready to make some noise out there? Okay, all right.
From Mining Engineering, Bill Zish, Department Head. Emmanuel Kwaku Awanyo. Mohammed Kahraman. Mansodin Sisse. Bo Hesselund Radam. From Civil and Environmental Engineering, Dr. Devon Griffiths, Department Head. Nicholas William Beckman. Logan Frederick Cole. Seth E. Donaldson. Ashley J. Fowler. Gabriel Gavril Noel Houston. Katya M. Ito. Sarah Lee Jones. Bibek Garki. Lindsay Lauren Nena. Jaden Lee Richardson. Anamika Ashutosh Mishra. Florence Zibanda. From Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, Dr. Ivor Reimanis, Department Head. Joseph D. Kleindienst. Benjamin Harrington Tanis. Miranda Dupree Bell.
Quinn Alexander Britt.
From Electrical Engineering, Dr. Peter Owen, Department Head. Ali Mopsen Al-Mehthel. Jamie Armstrong. Joshua J. Gumber. Christian Dale Jorgensen. Sapita Kienbach. Catherine Marie Kaler. Nathaniel Douglas Morrison. Jonathan Alexander Puryear. Scott Burton Reeder. Ryan Dale Sims. Kylie Marie Spire. Henry Tucker Spoor. William Luke Stodgill. From Geology and Geological Engineering, Dr. Alexis Navarre Sichler, Department Head. Gabrielle Morgan Bennett. Matthew Kyle Riley. Cornelis Rurolf Rhyme. Kiara Danielle Werley. Ismail Traore. Abdul Majid Alan. Ryan Blake. Jared Stephen Tadla. Matin Talapurazad. From Chemical and Biological Engineering, Dr. Nanette Boyle, Department Head. Galia Altabach. Shreyan Jivan. Torin Gerald Moore. From Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Anthony Petrella, Department Head. Sydney Elisa Bell. Patrick Donald Benfield. Kevin Tien Billings. Andrew David Butcher. Garrett T. Dooling. Alexander Komyar Eshki Esfahani. Molly Jameson Farmer. Madison Reese Flodquist. Joshua David Gallagher. Amanda Mae Geet. Dane Andrew Harnish. Trinity Ann Hayden. Serena Abdullah Gishak. Chase Litzner. Sergio Carlos Martinez Torres. Caleb Alexander Mayer. Maxwell Inabogu Wokuku Jr. Hayden G. Payne. Connor Pico. Noah Allen Pruitt. Taylor Renee Roybal. Jacob Killian Schmitz. Nicholas Taylor. Sebastian Alexander Walraven. Alexander Vestra. From Petroleum Engineering, Dr. Jennifer Miss Kimmons, Department Head. Kirtland I. McKenna. Varadwaj Rushkesh Shekuru. From Geophysics, Dr. Paul Sava, Department Head. James Brady Carmichael. From Applied Mathematics and Statistics, Dr. Stephen Pankovich, Department Head. Austin Hoyle. Mitchell Paul Morgan. Alexandra Mackenzie Pate. From Chemistry, Dr. Thomas Jeanette, Department Head. Ashford Toussaint Hollis. From Physics, Dr. Frederick Sarazin, Department Head. Marissa Janae Garcia. From Computer Science, Dr. Iris Bahar, Department Head. Brady W. August. Zane G. Biesecker. Dorian Gilas Cowe. Nathaniel Johnson Crawford. Nathaniel Benjamin Graves. Nina Helen Hartley. Rhett L. Houston.
Lanisha Jaiswal.
Rachel Elizabeth Jones. Cameron Kelly. Yi Chong Liang. Camden John Lyles Smith. James William Pritchett Montavon. Umut Mete Saka. James Michael Shima Jr. Daming Wang. Ophelia Ann Woodward. Chris Yu. From Economics and Business, Dr. Scott Hauser, Department Head. Grant Ryan Badstebner. Caden Earl Best. Preston Earl Guest. Michael Haas. Maximilian Charles McLeod. Colby A. Royer. Furkan Soy. Brady D. Veltien. Jack William Walters. Kyle D. West. Andrew Whitcomb. Abdullah Ahmada El Badawi Mohammed Faqih. Sultan Omar Al Suwaidi. Ruben Uragani Anafo. Emanuela Asiedu. Aishwarya Mohan Bhabi. Maurizio Joseph Campana. Jacob Owen Damon. John Liam Gilbride. Isabel Margarita Guajardo Retamales. Jared Klebanow. Jennifer Ntiamoa. Taylor Quinn. Diana Colleen Schaup. Sito Abasi Paul Udo. Ayana Oman White. Blaise Bisong Yendeme. From Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences, Dr. Sandy Woodson, Department Head. Ella Baldwin. Christian Cernay. James Ryan Floyd. Samuel Joel Friedman. Henry Nicholas Novicki. Maria Saavedra. From Additive Manufacturing, Dr. Craig Bryce, Program Director. Brady Payant Idol. Maria E. Starkey. Pradeep Suresh Kumar. From Advanced Energy Systems, Dr. Robert Braun, Program Director. David Ryan Baker. Leah Henk. Addison Tallhammer. Zephyr Zink. From Data Science, Dr. Douglas Nitschke, Program Director. Kemaljan Aydogdu. Bryce D. Riccio. Cheyenne J. Evans. Spencer Kidd. Christopher Semling. Xiaowen Yang. From Geochemistry, Dr. James Ranville, Program Director. Abigail Michelle Winkler. Paloma Giraldi Spina. Caroline Strong. From Geographic Information Systems and Geoinformatics, Dr. Wendy Joel, Program Director. Courtney Hull. Danielle Kirsten Sellers. From Humanitarian Engineering and Science, Dr. Richard Cranbull, Program Director. Jennifer Ann Bacon. Alexandra Dakota Tomey Brunson. From Hydrologic Science and Engineering, Dr. David Benson, Program Director. Victoria Elena Lara. Christopher Lemasters. Calvin Leong. Brian Ashley Marin. Payset Poe. Nancy Sawajd. Tomas Henry Snyder. From Materials Science, Dr. Eric Toberer, Program Director. Shannon Rose Berger. Mitchell J. Lensing. From Nuclear Science and Engineering, Dr. Mark Jensen, Program Director. Jacob Aaron Tellez. From Operations Research with Engineering, Dr. Alexandra Newman, Program Director. Edikan Uduak Udofia. From Quantitative Biosciences and Engineering, Dr. Nanette Boyle, Program Director. Isabel A. Bravo. Noah Marie Rayner. From Quantum Engineering, Dr. Meenakshi Singh, Program Director. Benjamin Douglas Waters. Weston P. Zavadil. From Robotics, Dr. Xiaoli Zhang, Program Director. Hadley Elena Bell. Farid Boulos. Molly Alice Catherine Brombaugh. Arushi Anish Doctor. Chukwuebuka Ekenedili Okwar. Rafael Sulsa Silva. From Space Resources, Dr. Angel Abud Madrid, Program Director. Kenneth Liang. Chloe Lynn Montgomery. Colby Bryant Moxame. Devin Michael O'Rourke. From Underground Construction and Tunnel Engineering, Dr. Michael Mooney, Program Director. Abhishek Shetty. From University Honors and Scholars, Dr. Tony Lefton, Assistant Provost and Executive Director. Alexis Suzanne Capitano. Amanda Glacionion. Adriana Sinclair Joga.
Okay, just to let everybody know, the next few people across the stage have accomplished something that's a little unusual in that they have earned 2 master's degree here at Mines. I don't know if they're the perpetual students and lifelong learners that we were talking about earlier, but anyway, it's pretty awesome, and looking forward to congratulating them too.
Colburn Riffle. Jeffrey Todd Immel.
I think we're done shaking hands. All right. Hey, how about another round of applause for all of our master's degree recipients, huh? I would like to take a moment just to recognize someone who has already crossed the stage, actually twice today. Brady Idle. Brady, where are you? Brady. Brady's receiving a degree in additive manufacturing this ceremony. He also received a Bachelor of Science degree earlier in mechanical engineering. But the thing I wanted to mention is he was recognized earlier today for the fact that he's going to be a soon-to-be commissioned officer in the United States Air Force. He's going to be reporting to Columbus Air Force Base in Mississippi for training, and let's congratulate him and wish him good luck. All right, we have one last piece of business to do. We have to make your degrees official. Would you like us to do that? This is, you might not get a degree. So, who would like to have their degree conferred today? I think it was mostly this part. I didn't hear too much from the PhD students. So, doctoral students, would you like to have your degrees conferred today? Okay, after all, it's up to the trustees, so hopefully we'll see how to do that. So anyway, to make your degrees official and wrap the ceremony up, I'm going to need the help of Provost Holtz and Colorado School Mines of Trustees Chairman Jesus Salazar. Would you two please join me at the podium? We need to dress this up and make it look official too. Even Blaster likes the hats. All right. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do today. Okay, so we are going to go through a few things, but first, Provost Holtz, would you tell us a little bit about our graduates before we confer? Blaster down. Before we actually confer the degrees, would you tell the trustees and the audience a little bit about them?
Sure. So today we're conferring degrees to 75 doctoral candidates, 265 master's recipients. This class includes soon-to-be graduates who are the first ever in their family to earn graduate degrees. Would those people please stand? Yeah. Okay, you can be seated. Earned their degrees while supporting their family. Please stand. That's awesome. Please be seated. Earned their degrees while working full-time off campus. Wow, quite a few. You can be seated. Came to minds from another country. A lot of international students. And President Johnson, I understand that we have some amazing student athletes in this group as well. What can you tell us about them?
Well, Rick, this group of graduate degree recipients includes student athletes, some of who participated in NCAA Division II varsity sports. They had the varsity student athlete stoles on them when they crossed the stage. Sometimes they're easy to spot because they have very, very large rings on their hands from winning things as well. You might have noticed that shaking their hands. So would all of our student athletes, both our Division II varsity athletes and anybody who participates in club sports, would you please stand up for us for a moment so we can recognize all of you? In this group, 4 of them are All-Americans, which means they're at the top nationally and performing in their sports. 3 of them are academic All-Americans, which means they're not only top of their sport competitively, but they're also top of the nation academically at the same time. I don't know how they do that. We've got 2 members of national championship cross-country teams here with us today, and actually our latest national cross-country team trophy, which we just got a few weeks ago, is sitting right here. Yeah. And 14 of these student athletes have been Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference champions, either as a member of a team or as an individual competitor. 14 have qualified for postseason NCAA competitions. And we also have one of our 2 President's Senior Scholar Athlete Award winner and primetime offensive weapon from our football team that made the national championship games. Max, why don't you wave for us so we can see Max there? All right. Rick, we are very proud of the fact that Mines is the #1 school in the nation for producing Division II Academic All-America Award recipients. So it's pretty cool. Nobody else does it more than we do. So recognition only goes to student athletes who perform nationally at the highest level in both their sport and in the classroom. And people are often surprised by the success of our teams, which is why we drape the stage with trophies actually just from within the last few months. So we have a national championship trophy here for cross country. We have a regional championship trophy here from our women's soccer team who made it to the Elite 8 this fall. We have a bunch of stuff over here for our women's rugby team who went to the national championship game. Pretty cool. And we also have a jersey here from our cycling team, which has won 5 national championships in a row. So pretty amazing group of people. And a lot of the student athletes, we do have quite a few that are graduate students because they have some eligibility left in their time. And I just want to say that while they're not graduating this ceremony, 2 of our graduate students broke the men's and women's records for the 3,000 meter indoor national record this past weekend, which is pretty remarkable as well. So Mines owns that on both the men's and women's. And so how about one more round of applause for all of our student athletes? Thank you for being here. Now, if I remember correctly, Board of Trustees Chair Salazar, you were a student athlete here at Mines as well, right? Yeah. And also one of the first graduates of our Engineering and Technology Management Master's program. We're ETM folks. Yep, so here you go. You got a connection here. I understand your eligibility is up. Yeah. So not in the sports sense.
That was long ago.
Yeah, but yeah, that one may be up as well. But your eligibility to serve on the Board of Trustees, our trustees term out after 8 years and a couple different appointments from the governor. So I just wanted to take a moment to thank Chairman Salazar for all that he has done for Mines. And given that you've got the student-athlete connection and the ETM connection, and you actually have 2 degrees from Mines, the undergraduate and the graduate level, I want to have a chance for this audience to thank you for all that you have done for Mines. I also thought it might put you in a more positive mood when it comes time to deciding whether we're conferring the degrees. So, yeah, okay. Anyway, all right. So let's go over how this is going to work. The three of us, we're going to read the sacred words that confer your degrees. We got to get it right, or else we got to start the ceremony all over again. The hooding, the crossing, yeah, it could take a while. So we'll be pretty careful about that. When we get to the end of that part, and I think you all will know when we get there because it's pretty obvious, that's the chance where we can all make the last bit of noise for our graduates to congratulate them on their great accomplishment today. And we want this to be really, really loud because you are the last of the 150th anniversary year graduates to have crossed the stage in 2024. And so we have to have a lot of noise that just really is appropriate for this level of historical significance, right? So, audience, are you ready to make a whole lot of noise? Okay. All right. Now, when you're doing the noise-making part, our faculty senate president, Professor Dugan over here, he gets to decide when the ceremony ends. Like, Chairman Salazar gets to decide if you get your degrees. Professor Dugan gets to decide if the ceremony actually ever ends. And so he is motivated by loud noises, and if it gets to his level of expectation, he will close that book, which does signify the end of the ceremony. And at that point, lots of music's gonna play and everything like that and stuff. And if you all could stay still while the platform party gets out of here, and Dr. Higgins, you are in charge of carrying the mace, and nobody's gonna get in front of you when you got that thing, and make it to the door and lead the platform party so they're safely before everybody else starts escaping. Now, once we're done with that, then we would invite you all to join us outside. Lots of opportunities for photos out there. I understand that there might be cupcakes, cookies, and a little burro. And that little burro is all dressed up just for you to take pictures. So Blaster's gonna be there, and that might be pretty cool. As well as a whole bunch of Minds at 150 kind of things you can take photos with as well. So anyway, let's make sure we all got that. We're gonna read some stuff. Then we're gonna cheer for the graduates. The book might close. Music will go off. You'll escape. You'll hold still, and then we'll see you all outside. Think we can all do that? Everybody ready for that? Okay. Now, we don't usually do this, but Dr. Holtz, I understand that your PhD recipient might want to fire the blaster and shoot one of these blasters out in the audience.
Yeah.
So would you like to instruct her to come up on stage?
Yeah.
She doesn't have to listen to you anymore. She's got her degree, but she might.
Dr. Miller, do you want to come on up on stage?
Okay, I don't know how to do this.
You have a PhD. You can do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
We're gonna test that theory in a minute.
I might have to take it back.
Yeah. Okay, all you have to know is don't point at anybody.
Okay.
There's a safety switch right there. Just
Okay.
flip that up, and then there's a trigger.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
It's very good.
Okay. I'm a little nervous. Usually don't give PhDs weapons. Okay. All right. And before we up, tilted up. There you go. That's yeah. Okay. All right. And before we do all this, I just want to take one moment to wish all of our graduates very sincere congratulations. You're all amazing. We've loved having you here. You look awesome today, and I hope you're very, very proud of what you've accomplished. And let's just take a moment. Thanks everyone who worked behind the scenes to pull this ceremony together for you. Okay, Provost Holtz, you're up.
All right, would today's doctoral and master's degree candidates please rise?
You can clap for that. It's okay.
Yeah, that's good.
That's all right. It's a warm-up clap.
Yeah. Let's get warmed up. Yeah, they're loud. They wanted the fast ceremony.
I was just thinking, this might be the best, like, impromptu cheering group that we've had in quite a long time.
Yeah.
And actually, the graduates were the best at doing the shake hands, look at the camera thing, too. So this is a pretty special group, so
It is.
let's make sure we get it right.
Get it right. We don't want to start over. Okay, President Johnson, with the approval of the faculty, I recommend that the Doctoral, Master's of Science, Professional Master's, or Master of Engineering degree, as appropriate, be conferred upon these candidates. The candidates who are unable to be present today will be awarded their degrees in absentia. Their names appear in the program.
Thank you, Provost Holtz. Chairman Salazar, I present to the Board of Trustees these amazing candidates. Each has been recommended by the faculty, and I concur with our world-class faculty, and it is my honor to present these candidates to you and the board for your acceptance.
President Johnson, by action of the Board of Trustees of the Colorado School of Mines, taken on December 6, 2024, I direct you to award these candidates the degrees which they have earned.
All right, this is the coolest part, getting to be president of Colorado School of Mines. Upon recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon all those who've been recommended by the faculty the degree of doctorate, Master of Science, Professional Masters, or Master of Engineering with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. If you happen to have a mortarboard or you figured out how to attach your tassel to your Western hat there, it's time to move that tassel from the right to the left. You can do it. All right, and congratulations, class of 2024. Thank you, audience, for being here. Happy holidays to everybody. Let's make some noise. A little premature.